You're going to boil water in a pan until it's warm, so you don't want to turn it up very high. Okay, so we have the yeast in the bowl as to package instructions. We want to make 2 pizzas, so I've put enough yeast for 2 pizzas in the bowl. We're going to take and add to that mixture the sugar as to package instructions, the salt, same, and we have some flour as well. As usual, we're going to mix the dry ingredients all together at once. This is not packed flour. Again, it's the package instructions. You want to get the yeast, the dry yeast that says pizza crust on it. So, as I usually do, I'm mixing all the dry ingredients together so that they can mix well. It's going to get really sticky once I add my warm water to it. We're going to add some oil, and that is also some package instructions. And once you start adding the wet ingredients is when you start getting sticky, because anytime you add wet to flour, then that's when it gets real sticky. So now the warm water is going to be activating the yeast in the dough, and it gets really sticky, and you're thinking, I'm not doing this right, but you are. Now it's going to be about a little less than 1 minute of stirring from that point. As you can see, I've got it pretty nice here. So what I'm going to do, because the measurements on the yeast package for the flour is going to tell you so many cups to so many cups, it's not going to give you an exact. What I always do is take about a half a cup of the flour that's left over, and that's what I'm going to use if I want it a little bit more. So since it's a little bit sticky, then I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit more flour, stir it around, and then I'm going to go ahead, once I've got it all out of the bowl together, kind of comes together, I'm going to go ahead and take this flour and I'm going to put it on my surface. Okay, I'm going to move it around with my hand. Okay, this is going to be a surface that you don't mind, an already clean surface. I'm going to set the additional flour to the side because I may or may not need it. And I'm going to go ahead and take my dough ball, and from this point it's going to be a 4-minute process of kneading it. What does kneading mean? Kneading means taking your hands, and this is warm because I did put warm water in there, and you're just going to take your hands and just keep doing this to it. It's called kneading it. And I'm going to take a little bit more flour because I feel like it does need all the flour that I've portioned out, because it feels a little wet, and you're going to see. And you don't want it completely dry. I don't want you to think that you have to get your dough to where it's completely dry, because you don't want it dried out. You want a little bit of moisture, but you don't want that stickiness to where, see, some of it's sticking on here. You shouldn't be doing that if you have enough flour. So you will be adding flour until it stops doing that, and also to about a 4-minute mark. I'm going to put the flour on it as if I'm putting a seasoning on a meat. Sticking to the counter still, so. I could take this and put this in my mixer, and I wouldn't be touching it with my hands. I could have my dough attachment to it, but the reason why I don't do that is because I feel like I should be doing whatever you could be doing without the fancy mixer and attachments. Homemade pizza can be very simple, and the kids can even help with it. And I did kind of run out of the flour that I portioned, even though I said I was going to use it all. I'm using a little bit more even than was called for, and that is okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take what little bit of oil I have left in this container here, which just because it's settled in there, not much. And I'm just going to kind of drizzle it in the bowl that I'm going to put the dough into. And it's not a big dough, it's just going to help it with not sticking. Okay. Now I'm going to take the dough and I'm going to place it in the bowl. And I'm going to cover it with a towel. For 45 minutes, and we'll come back and check on it. My package of instructions tell me to turn the oven on to 425, so that's what I'm about to do because we are very, very close to being able to prepare the pizzas. I've also done and taken and have some pizza sauce here. I will have a recipe posted for you about the pizza sauce that you can use. However, in the Italian section of your supermarket, you're going to be able to find pizza sauce in a can, which will work and function just fine. So be as fancy as you like, or as quick and easy as you like. But you're going to take and start warming some sauce on low. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this burn on to low, maybe 2 or so. The tomato does burn, so be aware of that, and once you do turn anything with tomato in it on the stove, you want to continuously stir it. Let's talk toppings. Whatever toppings you like is going to go on this pizza. Here we have bacon, pepperoni, pineapples, ground sirloin, and Italian sausage. Now you could have bell peppers, onions, whatever toppings, anchovies, and all those different toppings. But this in particular is what's going to go on ours. Get yours ready. Get your cheeses ready. This is a mixture of mozzarella, a smoke flavored provolone, and Romano cheeses, as well as a little mixture of cheeses and some American cheese slices that are jalapeno. It's about putting what you like on your pizza. Get them ready. Okay, it's time to peek in at the dough. I think it's ready. Yep, it's risen a little bit. Now, if your pizza dough or your yeast packet or whatever you're going by, if you're going by my recipe, then you had the choice to either do this very quick and start as soon as it was done, or you could let it rise a little bit. And I choose to let mine rise because, see, it's not doubled in size, but it's risen a little bit. Now, this is the fun part to know. If you know about this, we're going to take our fist and we're going to punch down straight into the center of the dough. Ready? All right. So now that I've done that, I'm going to get some flour on my hands and split this in half and get it ready to go on the pan. So after the pizza dough is split into half, you're going to take it and press it out onto each of the pans. And you can do it square, you can do it round, any shape that you want. Those are greased pans on the bottom because it's going to give you a little crispy crust once you're done. And then I like to take a fork and just stab it a few times, not a ton, because I don't want everything dripping through, but I do like the idea of anything crust-like or whatever having a few fork marks in it. Okay, so we'll get started and we're gonna go on to the sauce next. So I put the sauce on first, and you can put it all the way around. Like, I don't really care about the crust pieces. Sometimes I always wish that my crust had marinara on it, so that's how I make mine. And everybody always throws away the pieces on the end. What do we call them? A bone crust. Leave in the comments whatever you call the end of the pizza, but I grew up calling it the bone. And sometimes I'd be like, can I have yours? You know, but we all know that carbs aren't the greatest for us and whatnot. So, and I'm actually going to slice my pizza like my favorite place in California to eat pizza. And it's going to be sliced like squares. Or like Little Caesars used to do back in the day, and they would be like, they all look like middle pieces. So, oh, he's getting saucy over here. So use as little or as much as you like of the sauce that you have prepared. You use my recipe if you use a can and whatnot. You can do this on bagels. You can skip the dough recipe. You can do it on pita bread, or if you're on a special diet, gluten-free, then go ahead and you're going to put those on the pan, and you're going to start from here with the sauce. Alright, the next step is we're going to put a little bit of cheese on top of the sauce and just sprinkle it on. And try to get it spread around a little bit. Okay? And then we're going to go with the toppings. Use whatever you need. Okay. And this would be the time to lay down American cheese slices. And we're going to use the rest of the cheese over the top of the toppings, because it's really nice when your toppings touch the sauce, then it actually cooks. Have you ever ordered pizza from a place where your cheese and your toppings all just slide off of the pizza, and because the sauce just goes? If you put your toppings on your sauce and let them incorporate, and cheese on top of that, then everything will lay underneath and there won't be any sliding. Everything will stick together. Alright, so choose your topping now and put them on. Oh, that's pretty. Very nice. Okay. I am a pepperoni fan, and then I am a bacon fan. And that's my actual favorite pizza, I would say. Back in the day, I used to like just an all cheese and pineapple. And so I did get some pineapple today. And I'm gonna put it on there, but I'm gonna actually put it on there after I apply some more cheese. So yeah, I'm kind of layering it. It's not lasagna, but it's gonna be good and layered. So now I'm gonna take some more cheese and put that on top of there. And he's got layers of pepperoni, bacon, Italian sausage, and still to put on some ground beef. Remember, your slices are going to be heavy. The more toppings and cheese and things, you're not going to be able to have it stand straight. You need a shovel to dig it out. Well, go ahead and do what you like. Follow your diet or break it. It looks really good. That's a juicy takeover. Okay, so I've got mine like that, and now I'm going to put this down so that I can decorate it. Put the finishing touches on the pizza and apply more cheese as desired. Okay, and this is what I've done here with this one. Are we gonna let those toppings just not go on these pizzas? Oh, it's like a sin. Let's go. Let's go, America. Wherever you are, you make it how you want. Okay. This just needs to, let's just make this cheese stronger. You want to eat one? Okay, let's eat one. Okay, so that's a GC takeover. Catch up in the kitchen. Now, we have a 425 degree oven, 2 pizzas that need to go in, and we're about to do that. Let's go. Two pizzas in the oven, 12 to 15 minutes. Of course, you do want to turn on your oven light and watch it from the outside. Open it as little as possible because then you're letting the heat out. Pizza cooks best with the oven closed. Keep it closed and check on it as least often as possible, like cake. Shout out to the Pizza King on the Midwest. This is how they do their pizza. And this is a few minutes late into the cooking because of course this cheese will melt a lot differently than the other cheese. So if you want to do that, throw that on and it'll last about 5 minutes cooking. Time to check these pizzas. Ooh, steam coming out at us. Yes, they are ready. Looks good to me. The GC takeover on this one. Now, of course, you're going to check on the sides of the crust to make sure that it's what you like. If not, keep it in a little bit longer. And on this next one, we're going to put the melted cheese on top. See, you're going to want to just give it a couple seconds on that top rack. And then it'll go. We'll get that one out in a minute. Come out. We put a little bit of sauce on top of that American jalapeno cheese. Woo! It's dangerous in the kitchen. And then added a little bit more cheese on top of that. And we're going to have 5-pound slices, is what we were saying. It's going to be delicious. Look at this. Very, 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 very good indeed. Okay, so I've taken the additional sauce and put it off to the side for dipping. Why waste it? Put it away. I think some of the edges don't have it. Maybe get some ranch if you like, and whatever. Everyone has their own way to do it. I've got one pizza cutter here, and we're about to get away on this pizza. So I like to do mine not the way everybody else does it, I think. And that is going to be straight up the middle. Straight up the side, other side, and this way, and this way. And then what I have is a bunch of center pieces. There is not a crust in sight. This sliced up and ready to eat. You can take it out of the oven and let it sit for a minute, or you can slice right into it. There's no rules passed here. I'm not even going to tell you how to eat it. Thank you for watching. I hope that you watch Ketchup in the Kitchen show Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. And hope that you follow the YouTube and like the Ketchup in the Kitchen Facebook page for more videos like this one. And recipes that you can follow. Please tell me if you try them and like them, and give some feedback or comments on how you like to have your pizza. Thanks so much and enjoy. Mamma mia!